brains, it will dead meme. Fuck you, little bitch. You think you can fuck with me? What a ring. Fuck you, little bitch. Hey, look, I'm hoping some ground. Fuck you, little bitch.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Snark Tank podcast, the show that's usually about things, but today it's about a pedophile. I don't know how to introduce this.
That is so blunt. That's such a blunt way to put it.
Disgusting blights on humanity. That's
Why don't you have a seat? So I really, I can't believe he got caught again. I guess my brain would, like, my brain goes like, you get caught doing something like that, and you would assume that they would be like, oh shit, that was a close one. I better not do that again on account of that was a close one.
He dodged jail. He dodged prison.
But he's back at it again, ladies and gentlemen.
So is there an official
445.
video out yet? Because all I saw was the little clip that was circulating, or not even a clip. It was like a... Well, yeah, it was a clip. It was a clip of like
it was
editing.
It was like 5 seconds or something of Gideon. So Gideon, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know who Gideon is.
Gideon,
honestly,
stupid ass.
Gideon is just...
Who is Gideon?
Gideon is a
I have no idea.
He's a mythical creature at this point.
Gideon is a content creator that goes and he makes really stupid videos, kind of counterpointing things like, oh, me hanging out in the most racist town in America, me doing all these stupid things like that. And it's just
he got into beef with Pokimane.
Yeah.
He got into beef with Logan Paul recently. He's been
That's
like
right. Okay, I remember. I'm remembering
he's
now.
in everything, man.
He's very, very, very popular for the young dumbs.
But I mean, to his credit, I mean, I don't know.
To his credit in this, he caught EDP, but catch EDP with little kid pussy is like catching a fly with shit. It's gonna happen. Clearly, I mean, it takes no skill.
Yeah, it does kind of make it seem less impressive that anyone was able to catch him in the first place. That this guy was it. Like, I feel like I could catch him now.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do agree now.
The thing about
I
Gideon
wouldn't have
is that
agreed before.
I think Gideon is really not us. Like, he's just a content creator, so I don't think he understands the vastness of his fan base, and his fan base is little dumb kids.
Yeah.
That's
Did
the
you see
thing.
what he was wearing, by the way?
Yeah, of course. It was like this. I was like, he's wearing a cupcake costume.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's funny, but also stupid as shit.
That's kind of, I don't know. I kind of like that. I don't know this guy,
great.
right?
I
don't know anything about Gideon.
I don't think he's a bad person.
I don't know anything about Gideon, but I think it is funny to catch a pedophile dressed as a
Why
cupcake.
did he beef with Pokimane? Because that was a big one. I just don't remember what happened.
Oh my god! Remember watching a guy come on the pictures of Pokimane?
Yes,
that shit was hilarious.
I'll never
that was
forget
fucking
that.
good.
I will never forget that.
This fucking the biggest nut ever on a Pokimane. Fucking on his phone like a beast,
On his
like some
phone.
sort of fucking monster.
This motherfucker had two phones because he was recording his
Jesus
phone.
Christ! Okay, all right.
He's a beast. He's a beastly
All right,
man doing that.
that was a moment, man.
But what was the beast? That wasn't.
No,
But what was the
Pokimane
beef?
was like, he was like making fun of her about like how she was just like kind of like him and her were going back and forth about something, and then he showed that picture of her without makeup, who I think looks like a Dutch woman from somewhere else. But I showed it to Lily and my friend Smokey, and they were like, oh, that looks like her. That looks nothing like her in that image to me. I don't care what anybody says. It looks like it could be her, but like she sees it.
I think that was his profile picture for a minute.
Yeah, he made that his profile picture. A picture
Yeah.
of Pokemon without makeup. And she does not look particularly great in that picture. She looks old.
She looked normal.
She looks
I didn't
old.
think.
She looks old, Derek.
I
She's
just
old.
feel like I don't
I mean,
think
she
it's
looks like a normal
extreme as
fucking
some
person without makeup,
some other
to be
women
honest
that
with you.
I've seen that wear like
She doesn't
makeup
look.
like heavy.
She doesn't look bad. She doesn't look. She doesn't look.
She looks like a
horrible,
person
but she
without.
looks
She looks like.
old.
She looks like a
older than
person. She looks like a person without makeup. Is what she looks
That's
like.
the first
in
thing that
video.
pops up if you type in her name. At least for me. Oh yeah. So to me, like it's not the way that people were behaving.
People were trying to really drag her, and I was like, she doesn't look that bad. She looks like, not great.
To me, she looks how she looks without makeup. I don't think she's. I feel like there's the whole thing like the dude the incel fantasy where they've never actually been around real.
Oh yeah, like women look different without makeup. A lot of
Dude, do you
women
remember? Do you guys remember when they were complaining? Well, not they. Like I don't know who the fuck this was, but like I remember seeing like a big discourse about Horizon Forbidden West when that came out, because there were like high res images of her face, and you could see like
the peach
hair.
fuzz.
The peach fuzz, yeah, and there were people like they gave her fucking facial hair. I was like, oh shit!
Do you know what
These
humans
people
look like?
have never. These people have
you know what
never
humans
seen a
look
woman
like?
in person.
They've never been
That's
anywhere close to a woman.
crazy.
That's crazy.
That's cra-
You know,
that
everyone
was-
has
that
little
was a-
bits of hair on their. You know,
They don't know that.
Everywhere, yeah.
Human does.
No,
don't
but that's
know
what I
that.
mean. That's where
We're
you don't have to
apes.
convince. You don't have to convince us, Kingson. Like I
Yeah,
just,
you don't have to
I just
convince
couldn't.
99.9%
I just-
of people.
That can't be real, dude. Like
That
I
was
know
a
what you're.
real
I don't
thing.
think you're lying.
That was a real
it's
discourse
definitely
that was
real.
happening.
Yeah,
and
No, it's definitely real. It reminds me of being a kid when I thought, since I hadn't seen a guy with long hair, like when I was really young, I just thought like, oh, I guess boys can't have long hair. And then once that was introduced to me, it was kind of like, oh shit, I didn't know, because I'm a dumb fucking kid and I come to
Yeah, you're
dumb
like 4 or
conclusions because
whatever.
I don't know any better. Yeah. But
That's
then,
crazy.
so it's like these people are stunted.
Yeah, I thought until like maybe
I can't even respect that mentality.
I thought until like maybe like 6 or 7 that women just didn't have hair on their legs. You know what I mean? 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
right.
They
Wait,
just
really?
never. I never.
Same.
I
Yes,
yeah,
if
because
you've
like
never
why would
seen
I?
it, why would you think otherwise?
I've never
I don't
seen.
have hair on my
I
legs
never.
really either, so I don't. I was just like, oh, okay. I guess
I
people
definitely
don't
didn't have hair on my legs when I was
in general.
7 either. Like that's the thing too. Is like you're a kid, you don't have it, and you're like, oh, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
When
I
did it-
remember that.
I
wish I remembered.
I thought girls peed through their butts for a little longer than I should have.
That's crazy.
A
That's
little longer than I
wild.
should have.
It's-
Like
but it's
I
not
was maybe
crazy.
like I was maybe
They
like
sat down to
8 or
pee, you
9.
know what a
I was
pussy
like, I was
was?
like 8 or 9 when I
Right,
was like,
right. So the thing to me, right, is that like
Oh, just like, I guess
that's
they
a
pee out their
reasonable
butts. Weird.
that's a reasonable lack of information to have when you're
I
a
guess that's how it
fucking
happens.
When you're
infant or a
very small.
child. So the idea that there were people online getting into heated arguments. The fact that there were people who were online who were old enough to even understand what it was to get into a heated argument in the first place.
Could you imagine them
Making-
never watching
like,
porn and
talking
they look
about-
at porn the first time and they see a bush and they're like, "Whoa, what is this?"
Dude, it's so I don't know, man. That it reminds me of that though. It kind of blows my mind that people just don't know that makeup is a thing, and also that
But back to the
everybody
point.
has hair on
a
their face.
pedophile.
But yeah.
Gideon caught a pedophile, like Ash
Gideon-
catches
Gideon-
Pokemon.
Yeah, Gideon caught EDP. The video isn't out yet, as far as I know. Like, there were a bunch of people talking that it was fake, but it's clearly not. We're not at a point right now where you can AI videos to be that realistic looking. At least not yet.
I
I'm
really
sure that'll
hope.
be.
I really hope
that'd
it's
be
not some
crazy.
sort of stupid joke. I really pray he didn't
It's
make
not.
some sort of
It's not a
joke.
stupid. I don't think it's a stupid joke, but
I hope it's not. I really hope it's
well,
not. I
why?
hope it's
Well,
like-
how would it be?
I don't know.
Why would
dude.
EDP agree to that? 'Cause
Modern-
it is
modern
him.
Yeah, why
modern
would that
content-
be crazy?
Modern content creators don't. It's about content. It's about the machine exactly. So like, I don't think I don't think anyone would be ridiculous enough to do that. But at the same time, a lot of people believe that Logan Paul made up the whole Suicide Forest thing, which doesn't
Wait, what-
sound crazy
wait,
to
what'd
me
you
at
say?
all.
Wait, say again?
The whole Suicide Forest thing about Logan Paul making it up. So like, nothing sounds exactly crazy. Like, I'm at the point in my life where I believe a content creator will make up the idea that their mom will die for clout for a video, and then their mom not die. Like I'm at that point where I just I believe somebody can do that.
I
And I'd
mean,
be
well,
like,
that
that's
it,
insane.
to me, it's actually less crazy when you think about it. When you actually think about it,
But the
like,
fact that he
it's-
caught him again is wild.
It-
That'd be
that-
wild.
It's the thing that's so wild about it is because like I used to watch Catch a Predator, love that show. There's like a famous guy. This guy's awesome. He got caught twice. This was before they were getting arrested, of course. So then he caught the same guy. Then very next day, before 24 hours had passed, at a McDonald's. He was supposed to meet up with like a little kid at McDonald's. And then Chris Hansen's like, out of the 20 years I've been doing this, I've never seen anything. And the guy just kept saying, I was just getting something to eat. It's great.
he got him with the
I understand
twofer.
this stupid
I was just
idiot
gonna eat
getting
my
caught again.
nuggies in the pay. I was gonna eat my nuggies in the play place.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just trying to eat.
These dummies getting caught again, that doesn't surprise me. It was a long time ago. They didn't really understand the internet that well. EDP was born on the internet. He got trolled the first time by non-law enforcement people So why would it not be that again? That's what's hard to believe this time. That I'm like, how do you... Bro, it was fake. It was always fake. There was nothing even like... Not like an entrapment thing, and it's like, all right, so that was a huge sting operation. This time, it's actually a real person. It's like, no, it was just a fake troll to fuck with you, and then they fucking did their Chris Hansen type thing. How is it not going to be this again? It's hard to believe. I mean, I really need to see this video too, because from looking at it, how can it not? There's no way this can be fake. But then at the same time, I'm like, there's a piece of my brain that's like, are we getting taken for a ride?
If we are,
you didn't just hang out with fucking EDP.
Look, if EDP is collaborating with someone where he gets caught looking for a kid again, then that's good enough for me, man. If he thinks that that's a smart thing to do for him,
my mind
that's
would
even
be
more entertaining than him just getting caught again. Because then it's
my
like,
mind would be
what?
in shatters
Where does
right now.
Where does your brain even go, man? Like, yeah, I know what it is. I'm gonna lean into the pedophile thing. Like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah,
that is
just
crazy. That's not you're not a heel. This is like
he chose the pedophile heel. That's crazy.
He just embraces it.
I'm a guy.
I need to see this thing. All I see is
and you're a boy.
He streamed about it 2 days ago, but I think he just mentions it briefly because he has like a 5-hour stream. And
yeah. The video's not out yet. At the time that we're recording this, maybe it'll be out by the time this is out.
Oh, it fucking better be, man. I need to see this shit.
Let's assume, like, what do we think it is? Like, how do we assume? Let's assume since it won't be out, and since it won't be out by the time we're finished with this episode, right? And it might be live. Maybe serendipitously the same day this episode goes live. We don't know.
Awesome.
Let's just pretend like we've seen it already.
Okay.
Let's pretend like we've seen it. Oh man, I can't believe he tried to meet a little boy at a Toyota financing office. That's crazy. I can't believe that shit.
The 13-year-old boy text him.
Yeah. He's like, meet me at the Toyota financing office. Meet me at the dealership. I'm going to be in that tiny room that the parents leave their kids in with like the little roller coaster abacus. And you can come meet me in there. And then we can suck and fuck until the cops come. And I can't believe he fell for that. I can't believe he just was like, oh, well, I mean, and he gets there and he goes like, I mean, it's all right. I mean, I don't know, man. It's a crazy video.
Overrated as fuck. I mean,
it was crazy how like mad he got that the kid wasn't actually there. He was like more mad that the kid wasn't there.
That he got physical was crazy.
He was like,
I think he got physical.
It's crazy that he.
Yeah.
It's crazy that he brought a Bible with him for the kid to sign. That was like a weird, like, I don't know what has been going on in the world of EDP, but that was a crazy revelation.
Yeah,
that I was not expecting.
I really wasn't expecting.
I was just on fuck.
He started. I didn't expect him to start actually eating Gideon. Like he just actually started taking a couple
that was pretty nuts. When he took that big, like cartoonishly, like when he took that perfectly segmented like cartoon cookie bite out of Gideon's shoulder.
When he Cookie Monster bit Gideon in the fucking neck, it was wild, bro. I was like, whoa, dude, that guy's gonna die now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when Gideon's neck was like kind of hanging on by a thread. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I thought surely this must be doctored, but in fact it was not.
I thought surely this must be doctored.
Surely, yeah.
I thought surely this can't be a real thing. This can't be real.
But it's true. We saw it.
We saw it.
Rest in peace, Gideon.
Let's assume that's how he caught him. He caught him in a Toyota's financing office, and EDP bit a chunk out of his neck, and then that's
what's funny as
real.
fuck, dude. What's funny as fuck? I remember hearing the phrase "rest in piss" recently, and that shit is so fucking funny and disrespectful to me.
You've never heard "rest in piss" before?
I heard it recently. I didn't really hear it before. It's such a mean thing to say to somebody. Rest in piss.
That's crazy to me that you've never heard that before.
It's very disrespectful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man.
You talking about
Yeah,
the
I don't know, man.
Peep.
So here's the real question, right? Is EDP? He's like this is like laughing at that chicken cross the road joke to me. I really can't believe this is the first time you've heard rest
I
in
don't know,
piss.
dude. Rest in piss I've never heard it before, and this is so fucking funny to me. I'm sorry, I'm a little
Where
behind.
have you been?
I don't know, because I always said rest in. I heard rest in peace and rest in pieces, but I never heard rest in piss until like maybe like a year or two ago, and I was like, yo, this is fucking funny as fuck.
That's not even recent. That's not even recent enough for you to have found it this funny.
Because I haven't really made fun of somebody dying in recently, and I kind of like took my gas off that.
Oh my god! Speaking of people dying, fucking Smash Mouth.
Yeah,
That fucking guy.
Hey now,
That
I'm
guy-
a dead star. I'm dead
all
now.
right, immediately.
I can't breathe.
Hey now,
Hey
I'm a
now.
dead
Is that what's going to happen now? Is that what's going to happen now? Every time somebody dies, we're just going to
dead.
immediate impersonate the dead
I'm
person screaming about how they're dead.
My
Ever since fucking
body
Pee-wee.
has gone cold.
right.
I am fucking dead. End
No
of the
respect.
show.
No respect on this show.
I'm dead. I'm gonna
You
decompose.
might as well just shoot me with a gun. You might as well just shoot me with a gun.
Decompose. That's pretty good. That's so fucking mean.
They had Shrek at
This
the
is
funeral.
so fucking mean
They
for
need-
no
they
reason,
had-
dude.
they had Shrek at the
What
funeral.
fuck? Holy shit! Relax, guys.
Dead.
Dead, burn out.
You can't breathe if you're not alive. You can't. You can't grow if you don't die.
Disrespectful. Well, anyway, look, fucking. I don't know the guy's name, but rest in peace
That shit
Smash
is
Mouth. I
fucked,
guess.
bro. That's some
I've always just called him
fucking
Smash
meanery.
Mouth.
Yeah.
I've only called him Smash Mouth.
His
ever.
His name is Smash Mouth. Yeah.
His name is Smash
Rest
Mouth.
in peace, Smash Mouth.
Rest in peace, because the band's gone for sure at this point.
Yeah,
Like,
that
Whoa,
guy-
no, really?
That guy was the
well,
best.
I mean, people replace their dead singers all the fucking time.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
Didn't he recently show up in a
that-
place and do something weird?
Well,
He did something.
I think he
that
was
I
like
feel
an
like was-
alcoholic. That's why he died.
Yeah, he was a raging alcoholic. His fucking liver exploded or
Yeah.
something. So, Steve Harwell.
They saw me.
Yeah, there was
dead.
something about him doing. He was like ranting to a crowd, right, or something.
Yeah, something. He was talking
Uh,
shit. Yeah.
Steve Harwell crowd rant, maybe. I feel like. Yeah. In 2021, Smash Mouth singer Steve Harwell threatens fan in wild concert video. I'll fucking kill your whole family, I swear to God.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
That is. There you go, man. We need more people like him.
Did that start coming and it don't stop coming?
Poor guy.
Turn
I wonder
into
how
a
Shrek is
ghoul.
going to handle this.
Now you hit the ground running.
I can't drink, so I'm gonna die.
How do you think?
I'm so
how do you-
fucking
how do you
dying.
think?
Gonna come
Whoa.
back as a ghost for fun.
What do you? All right. How do you
Spook
feel?
some
how do you-
kids with a loaded gun.
Hey now, I'm fucking
How do you
dead,
feel?
bro.
How do you feel? All right. Anyway, he's dead.
Hey
Let's
now,
move on.
I'm a corpse now.
Let's move on. Ethan Ralph. Ethan Ralph is in the fucking
I have nothing
news
against
again.
the dude. It's
He's
just
just
great.
dead,
That's
and I'm
great.
making fun of the fact that he's dead. I'm gonna keep doing it. He can't stop me.
Real talk. I think that has to be that's kind of it's an arc now on our show. We respect the
Okay,
dead
all right.
by the dead by punching down.
That's crazy.
Is it?
Anyway, Ethan Ralph is doing. I actually don't know what Ethan Ralph is doing, so I don't know.
See,
I just saw him trending for some reason.
oh, you didn't see
And
anything?
I don't know anything.
Ah, shit. I was hoping that like you actually knew because I don't know that much. I know some.
All right,
I know
let's see. I think I saw one post about him like doing like he was like reflecting and he was like, you know what, I've decided to forgive, or something. But it's really just because he's living a fucking sad life in Mexico.
The only thing I've seen is
He's in Mexico right now.
His yeah. So
I'm pretty
to,
sure.
to evade like responsibility of everything, he moved to Mexico, in like the shittiest house, with like mold in the rooms and shit, and he had his newborn kid. So, apparently the kid's fine, I guess, but who knows if it's gonna grow up with problems from health problems. Probably mentally gonna be fucked because of being Ethan Ralph's kid. But
what if he
Oh,
comes
no,
out
yeah,
normal?
that's a really
yeah,
that's a bad situation, man.
move down
But,
there.
all right, so here's
What you got?
here's the reason, right? So he posted this thing. I've been doing a lot of thinking about things. Kind of hard not to.
You gotta read it like Ethan Ralph. You know how he talks?
All right. I don't know how he talks. I have no idea. I just imagine.
He has a high southern voice. He sounds like this. I'm Ethan Ralph.
They all sound like that. Why do they sound like Christian?
I don't know,
All of them.
man.
That's so fucking crazy.
I'm Ethan Ralph, and like it's like high southern.
I'm Ethan Ralph. I've got work to do. I'll read it like Christian.
I'm working on it.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about
it.
All right, so I'll try it.
Right, yeah.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about things. Kind of hard not to. I've decided to forgive my wife and even her father for their transgressions against me. I apologize to them for my comments as well, even though I never expect that to really be accepted. I simply fell off due to repeated trolling from him, rubbing the fact that I can't see my daughter in my face, etc. My wife seemed to encourage it. I don't know. It's some fuck. I don't know. It's some. He's trying to be sad or something.
Gave up after a while.
I don't care.
My
Like I'm not.
wife
It's a
seemed to
really long.
encourage
It's a
it.
really long fucking thing. The issue is like this would be a lot more sad if Ethan Ralph was even remotely redeemable, but he really is not. Like
No.
it's really not even close.
Ethan Ralph does only bad playthroughs. He's never decided to do a good playthrough ever.
He excludes.
He doesn't get it. He doesn't get how they're bad either. Like you're like, yo, why are you being so dick? He's like, what do you mean? This how you supposed to play the game.
He's like that fucking
What do
DSP
you,
dude. Just
what
like
is it that you are trying to insinuate?
You sound like the Kratos. What? How do you know? You sound like that.
How do you know? How do you know?
There's content.
The one thing that I did see-
I love that people say that's PewDiePie and his son. I think that's so funny. I think that is so
That's what?
genuinely. People are like that's PewDiePie and his son.
PewDiePie and his son.
Oh,
Right.
oh yeah. The consequence for the
Did you guys see
That's
that
great.
weird?
That's
Did you
great.
guys
Him
see
being
that weird
peak of whiteness.
post? Did you guys see that weird post about him being was it the peak of white? He was
He's the
talking
king
about how
of
it
the
was like,
whites.
He's the king of the
there was
whites.
there was a post about him having like a virgin wife or something, which
Yeah.
was like crazy.
Yeah, apparently, I think she waited to bang till marriage. I've never seen information about that, but apparently these incel freaks know about this. They're
Imagine knowing about that and taking pride and being like, I love him for that. His virgin
I'm
wife.
so proud of
are
him.
such freaks, man.
It's weird, man.
They're such
it's fine
freaks.
it's fine if it's. I mean, it's fine if you don't. You know what I mean? Like it's not like
I
whatever.
wouldn't say it's
but,
fine,
like,
but it is fine, I guess. It's like it's not
It's
harming
fine.
anyone, but it's not.
wouldn't say it's fine, but it's fine.
if that's what someone wants to do, like it's like, all right, I can't understand it personally, but like fine, whatever. It's not like it's not like a huge deal, but also to care about it to the point where you're like, bro, he fucking rocked it. He's king of the whites now. He said, I can't believe he
virgin wife.
First of all, he's not king of the whites.
virgin wife.
Who do you think would be the king of the whites? If there is someone who genuinely got
If there
the
was
title,
a real,
that had the
if there was any, so this is so
like this motherfucker
that's a good
picked up
question.
the white
Who would
Excalibur.
yeah.
But would it be somebody that everybody just unanimously agrees, like everybody's like this
Yeah.
is king, or
He's
is
the
it
best
somebody who
white
takes
guy,
it by
yeah.
force?
Nah, because that's not.
that's easy. That's intriguing. Because the king of the whites being white, they got to take it by force. That's how they work.
Who wants to celebrate the dictator, that people.
A lot of people love the king, man. A lot
Bro,
of
people
I
love
know
Genghis Khan,
historically,
man. People love Genghis Khan, man.
Historically speaking,
who
kings have
likes
always
him.
loved, like, had a lot of a weird amount of support, despite the fact that they were just literally just dictators. But
Like who?
The I don't know.
I feel like that's like. I feel like that's propaganda, you know? Like, I don't think it's, like, real.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
No,
yeah, maybe you're right.
People
I don't
love
fucking
kings.
know.
What are you talking about, bro? What?
They don't, though.
Look at all of the kings throughout Europe. People love them. What?
They
were
Yeah,
still
Henry VIII,
Henry
VIII, Henry VII, Henry VI, Kevin James, the king of queens.
They were still
Oh, you got me
serfs
there.
and shit.
I can see.
But
You got me
people
there.
love
You got me
them.
there.
Yeah. Everybody loved the King of Queens. That's why that show is a household name. That's why that show's like.
Kingston, you're about to tell me that fucking everyone loves the King Jong-un and shit too.
No, people not King
like,
Jong-un.
You see the adoration in the streets.
But people
you see the adoration in the streets.
People love kings. It's a thing.
Because
they view them as like gods almost. They fucking adored them.
No, hold on. Let's think about this for. Let's think about it in a modern. Shut up. Let's think about it in a modern way. Let's think about it in a modern lens. Think about how many people love Trump for no good reason.
Yeah, I'm thinking of those people. I'm thinking
of those people have always existed.
Those people,
yeah.
I'm thinking of like everybody. I'm thinking of everybody else that's like normal and recognizing the poverty and the heavily being taxed. I'm thinking of those people that
thinking of people. You're thinking of people.
Monarchy.
You are thinking of people that you personally would like.
You are using
that
your
you
brain.
Would know.
You're using your brain.
You can't do that.
You're stupid.
I found the post. I found the PewDiePie post. I wanted to read it real quick.
It's an intriguing fucking question, though. Like, who is King of the Whites?
All right. I just want to give some context why you guys are thinking about this. So, the post says it's from the. His name is Spiritual Incel. Like, that already kind of says everything. So, this is why he thinks he's the king. So, PewDiePie won at life. Fit, well-read, and handy. Or you like say excellent gamer. I don't know about that.
I mean, I don't know about that.
Good looking. I agree. I think he's a good looking guy.
That's fine.
A multimillionaire, obviously. Not too famous. That's
I don't know.
I feel like he's not too famous.
No. Because compared to The Rock or something.
There's a layer between internet celebrity and real celebrity. There's a layer.
Because I mean, like.
But he's at the peak of internet celebrity fame, though.
Sure. I mean, okay, fair enough, whatever. Okay, so never has to work again, sure. Virgin wife. Lives in the safest, most high-tech place on Earth. Legend to his peers. Welcomes his firstborn. Names him after a Viking. Absolute king. All that shit put together, you see, there's subtle hints. Subtle hints of white supremacy, just a little seasoned on there. Like it's like and
it's stuff that Felix himself would be like, what?
He's like, why are you doing this? You'd be like, why are you doing this?
I just thought a Viking name sounds dope.
Lives in the safest,
I'm fucking Swedish,
most high tech place on Earth. The weird, like the safest thing, really too. Like, he lives in the whitest fucking country.
Well, where does he live? He lives in
Japan.
He lives in Japan.
Oh, yeah, he lives in Japan. He just moved to Japan. That is very true.
He lives in that most enviously white country. He lives in a country that envies the whites.
So so my mistake. I thought he was talking about Sweden. So all right. And then if you look, somebody sent this to me where it's just his reply, and it just says "All hail King of the Whites" with a picture of him and his wife.
It's so weird.
I gotta say, man,
you know he thinks they're losers. That's what's so funny. What's so funny about that is like I guarantee, I promise you, if PewDiePie saw that post, he rolled his eyes so hard.
He'd be like, "Don't you know him? Don't you know Felix?"
Like,
I've talked to him like a very brief. I wouldn't say I know him. Like I've
had one conversation.
Interacted with him
I definitely
a few times, but like not really.
It's weird that
I know enough. I know enough about him to know that he would absolutely roll his eyes at that, though. I do know that. King of the Whites. That's crazy. Who would it be though?
King of the Whites. I think it's Keanu.
Keanu Reeves?
Keanu?
I think Keanu's the King of the Whites.
He wouldn't want that power though. He wouldn't.
I think he's the one that sits at the throne of whites. Like he's the one at the heavenly throne of whites. Is like this sitting there.
See, one thing is they would have to accept it. That's the only. I feel like that's the only stipulation.
So Keanu wouldn't want it. He wouldn't be King of the Whites.
I don't think he would. I don't think
he would never
accept
it. He would never.
This is a good question. Who is King of the Whites? We should have an election.
I think. I wouldn't agree with an election. Yeah. I wouldn't agree with this, but I think a lot of people would probably go with Tom Cruise, and he would definitely accept it.
I think you're right. Yeah,
I was thinking Tom Cruise.
It would be somebody.
Well.
It would.
It has to be a blatant white, right? So it can't be like one of the it can't be one of the like the sort of whites, right?
Blatant white,
like one of the hybrid whites that's like has some
like. Who are you thinking?
Like Jason Momoa, but he's a hybrid white, you know.
Yeah, no.
You know
it can't
who
be
I would
Jason
love
Momoa.
it to be, and I don't know.
Maybe John Cena.
That's pretty good.
John Cena got too much Chinese stank on him now, though.
Oh, too many connections.
Got too much Chinese.
Too much Bing Chilling. He's got way too much Bing Chilling.
He got too much Chinese color on him now.
Way too much Bing Chilling, dude. Nope.
All right.
He got too much duck sauce
man.
on
What
him
about-
now. He can't.
What about too much duck sauce? What about the one that we love, Henry Cavill? I would love him to be king.
He would be. He
I would
wouldn't
actually,
want it though.
I would actually be like, you're probably right. You're probably right, but there's
were you
a
about
part
to
of
say
me.
you would be like praise the sun?
Yeah, I would
Is
be,
that what you were about to say?
I would. What I was gonna say was, if there, let's just say in this realm, in this reality, there is an actual white king. In any other
I hate
scenario,
that
in
you
any
said
other
that.
person, in any other person, I would be like, fuck that. I'm not gonna acknowledge that as real. However, if Henry Cavill stepped up and was the white king, I would respect that.
Henry
I'd be
Cavill
like, you know
steps
what?
on is like, I'm now the king of whites.
Yeah,
and
you know what I
Derek
mean?
literally falls to his knees in tears. He falls to his knees. His legs buckle. His legs slam into each other. And he's like, yes, Lord, yes, you are the king.
The foundation of his legs crumble. Like he kneels, like his legs fold the way a dog's legs fold.
Yeah.
Like
You fall down and you're crying and tearing and shaking. And you're like, yes, your
shitting and
majesty.
coming.
Yes, your
Yeah,
majesty.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, your majesty. And JoJo's
Avoiding
like, what's
everything.
wrong with you? And you're like, he's finally ascended to the throne. Don't you get it? Don't you get it? Our king is here.
Yeah, I'll look at her and just be like, "That's my king."
that's your king, Jojo. Look.
Yeah.
Your
That's your
beautiful
king, Jojo,
white
look.
king. Look
And
at
then
him.
he
Gaze upon him and no beauty.
I accept it. I was thinking in my
offer my
head,
wife to
for
him.
some reason, the first thing my head went to was Bryan Cranston.
Ooh.
Because
He's
what I mean?
not king, though.
Because,
I
like,
love Bryan Cranston. He's not king, though.
But do you know what I mean when I say that? Like
He
if you imagine a
He
king,
presents as a king.
if
though.
you imagine a king, like Bryan Cranston in the role of a king is pretty
banger. That is-
Yeah.
is banging casting, but also he wouldn't accept it either. He's too down to earth.
Yeah.
He's in like the picket lines with people and stuff. Like he's
Yeah.
not,
Bro,
he's not gonna
out,
be king.
dude. People have seen him.
Jesse.
A bunch of our friends have seen him multiple times. Just
Yeah,
there,
Joe
picketing with
had a
people.
conversation
Yeah,
with
just
him.
picketing with people.
Yeah, he would never.
Stay
And to be fair,
stay out of my
Henry
territory.
Cavill probably wouldn't accept it either because he'd be like, I just want to play Warhammer.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Can I just go home and play
Fucking
Warhammer?
nerd.
I want to work out and play Warhammer. I just want-
He is the king of the fucking incels, though. Like, he's not an incel.
Did I make him British?
He's-
Did I make? Is
no,
he
he's-
British?
he's very
He's
British.
definitely British. He's absolutely British.
All right.
I wish he was.
He's
Just
too
wanna
good
make
looking. He's too looking to be British, but he is British.
He's God.
He's an imported Brit.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
He's
why.
definitely like
they
Dutch
had-
or something.
yeah.
He's not old British for sure. Like he came from somewhere else.
He somehow.
That's why he doesn't have
missed
those
all
bird
of the
genetics.
inbreeding. Yeah.
Bro, it's insane. It is insane how they look so odd.
Oh.
And it's because they're so
Right.
inbred. That's why the
Right.
mixed people there are so beautiful, because they have a little bit of different something else.
Yeah,
It's
finally.
first
taste of
chance-
something
it's
else.
the first
It's
chance they've had.
It's a little bit of African in them, and it's like, crack.
Yeah, they're just
beautiful
way too
person.
beautiful. They're like, whoa.
When I was there,
like-
dude, the mixed girls were so pretty. It was great. They were all just beautiful, light-skinned black women.
Mixed
That was-
girls are pretty though.
They
mean,
are
generally.
true. They are
Absolutely.
true. This is hybridization. That's how it works.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
all so
That's why I'm like, if
beautiful.
I have
was
like,
damn.
if I have a son, I'm gonna tell him he's ugly as shit. You know what I mean?
It's kinda
I'm gonna be
like-
yo, I'm gonna fucking take him down a peg. I don't want to get too.
You
cocky.
do have to take him down a peg. Yeah, you have to destroy his confidence
'Cause
because
what's
the rest of the
probably
world
gonna
will build
happen-
it up for him.
like-
Yeah, you have to.
He's probably gonna be taller than you too.
He's gonna be what he's definitely gonna be taller than me. Like that's my first of all, my mom's side of the family, they're all giants except for her. Then you have JoJo's family. He's gonna be a fucking giant and he's gonna be gorgeous, and I'm gonna take him down a peg. I'm gonna make him believe that
Yeah.
he's an ugly fucking monster. Just so
Yeah.
I wanted to stay in reality. Let him know
Yeah,
that Pop
100%.
Pop is better than this motherfucker.
You know what's scary? If I have a kid and he observes my genes, he's gonna be a big black Mexican kid, and that's dangerous. Because one of the limiters on Mexicans is they're small. That's one of the few limiters nature put on them.
Dude, he's gonna be like he's gonna all the Mexicans gonna be so jealous because he's gonna be saying the fucking N-word like all the time.
And he can.
Yeah, dude.
And
He's
they're
gonna be
like,
saying
"Oh,
that.
he can."
He's gonna be saying it all the time. He's gonna build structures way faster than everybody else.
He's gonna be
Like,
stronger.
it's
he's gonna be stronger than him.
it's nuts. It's
He's
gonna be nuts,
build
dude.
structures.
That wall is gonna be that wall is
You
gonna
sh-
be nothing to him.
You
He's gonna
sound
be
like you sound like a fucking slave master, just fucking breeding
Chris, where did
people.
you go? Chris, where did you go? You disappeared.
Oh yeah,
Chris.
your camera just went out.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, it just went out. We can still hear you though.
It's still recording on my end, so it's like it's not a
Okay,
big deal.
good.
That happened
Cool.
to Derek in the middle of last episode for me.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Yeah.
It's insane. My
Oh,
kid's
okay.
gonna be
Yeah.
he's gonna be the apex Mexican dude. He's gonna be the king of the Mexicans.
The apex
yeah.
Mexican. That is a fucking wild concept.
They're gonna
great.
make my son the apex Mexican.
Who's the current day apex Mexican? Would you say?
Oh, George Lopez. George Lopez.
George, no,
No, he's like maybe the king of the Mexicans, maybe, but like he's
Let
not
me
like.
see if
The
is
most
Edward James
powerful
almost
Mexican.
is he Mexican or who is he?
Daniel
Edward James
Trejos. Oh my
almost?
God.
Danny
can
Trejo.
see
You
that,
might be
yeah.
right. You might be
Trejos,
right.
Yeah, you might be
Hold
right on that. Yeah.
Let me
Who's the
see
king of the
if,
niggas then? Who? That's a question. Who's the apex nigga?
I don't think you're. I don't think you're gonna like the answer to that question.
Who?
Who's the apex? Who's the apex?
Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, never. Sorry. Yeah. So, like Hillary Clinton said, super predators. But
Stupid.
Wait, what are you talking about? Well, who did you think?
who's the most powerful nigga by far? Samuel
O.J.
Jackson.
Simpson.
Oh,
O.J. Simpson.
Samuel
O.J. Simpson
Jackson.
killed somebody and got away with it.
O.J.
Yeah,
Simpson
I mean,
has
I'm
the
sure
greatest
Obama
nigga.
killed- Obama
O.J.
killed
Simpson has
tens
the
of
greatest
thousands of
nigga
people,
feet.
man.
He has the greatest
Yeah, but
nigga
Obama-
feet. He has the greatest
Yeah.
feet of niggadry.
But-
he has
but
the holds the
Obama-
best feet. You know.
You are right. You are right that Obama killed a lot of people. Why are you looking at his feet? That's weird.
No, he has the highest.
Obama
feet.
had-
You chimp. You chimp.
The the thing about Obama is that, like, yes, he killed many, many more people than O.J. Simpson did. However, that was also just his job to do that. You know, like, that's just like the president is. That's what they do. Is that they
Fair.
just kill
Fair.
thousands
Fair.
with no moral impurity to be
That's
washed
fair.
on the record. O.J. was a. Was a football playing actor.
He's too washed.
With men who stood out of it. He stepped out of his lane a little bit with that little spree.
Grandly, my ad.
He could have been the
Grandly,
king.
my ad.
He could have been the king, but he squandered his power, and he is a forgotten.
So who is it?
He's
Samuel
he's
Jackson?
a jester.
It's Sam Jackson's the king.
Denzel.
I would honestly, I would have to say, if I'm gonna be as far as like pop culture goes, I got to give it to Michael Jordan.
No,
I got to give it to Michael Jordan. Absolutely.
when you
Shaq. I would say Shaq, but more than Michael
Shaq
Jordan.
I would
might be-
prefer
might-
Shaq.
maybe.
I would prefer
When you-
Shaq,
when
but
you-
Michael
when-
Jordan is the GOAT.
No, it would have to be Shaq because he's so ridiculously big that he seems like a king. Like if you put a robe
Like, he
and
look-
a crown on
he
Shaq,
looks-
he would look like you know in Elden Ring that deer boss.
Yeah.
How it's
one
like
that's
I've
prancing
seen
around.
one of these before. But that's like really big. That's what that would be like. Shaq in a crown would be 10 feet tall probably, and that's so scary.
I want Shaq to be king.
looks
I
like
just-
a One Piece. You know how some One Piece characters are just larger humans? That is how Shaq looks compared to regular people. Just a big version of a human.
So in the kingdom, on the
but the
kingdom,
the
so on the
kingdom is
kingdom of
Samuel
Earth, you have the
Jackson, though.
kingdom. So hold on. So you have the kingdom. I'm going with Shaq. I can't. Samuel Jackson's great, but Samuel Jackson would be like.
When you realize how much
I don't
money
even
he's
know.
made, you realize how much money he's the most wealthy actor.
It's not about money,
in
man.
existence.
It's not about money.
If it was
is.
if it was about money, then I would go back to Michael Jordan.
No, I think Samuel Jackson's richer than Michael Jordan.
Jordan's
I think Sam might be richer than
What?
Michael Jordan.
maybe now.
Samuel Jackson
That is
maybe now.
insane to say.
Derek.
With
That
that
is
Marvel
Samuel
money,
Jackson.
with that Marvel
Crazy to
money,
Derek.
Bro,
Samuel Jackson's
Do you
crazy
understand
rich.
how much money he made off of the fucking Jordans alone?
Dude,
you
I
are
understand.
insane.
I
to
understand.
Think. No.
Dude.
No.
Derek,
Dude.
when you look,
I didn't
look
think
up
about I
Sam
didn't think
Jackson's
about the
work.
shoes. I forgot about the shoes.
The
Actually,
shoes-
Just
shoes are
the shoes
extremely
alone.
lucrative.
Like, this
I
guy is not
understand.
even taking.
Okay, look how much
You're
money he's
not
made,
understanding.
man. He's crazy.
You're like.
Probably gonna be
like,
blown away
I don't
by
even
Michael
have to
Jordan's net
look
worth.
because of how much money has been generated from Jordans. It is just obscene to think that it's anywhere near anything an actor has made. It's
I think
kind of
you're
like,
right. I think he's
it's
right.
mind-boggling to even put them in the same fucking field.
Holy shit!
Yeah, Michael Jordan is worth $2 billion.
Dude,
Samuel Jackson's not worth $2 billion.
It's not even fucking the fact that you would think it's close is insane.
I totally forgot about the shoe. So I was thinking like, but just basketball, and he hasn't done that in forever.
No, he's probably made a good amount of money.
I have not thought about Jordans, as a shoe.
You know that shit is.
We gotta make a shoe. What are we doing? What are we doing? We should make a shoe. What are we fucking doing all this work for? We could just make a shoe and make little Chinese kids make it.
You know what's crazy?
What the fuck are we doing?
You know what's crazy? The Jordan sales as sneakers have plummeted extremely since before. Because before, back in the day, the Jordans were these sneakers. They were like these sneakers,
yeah, for sure.
And now they're not even like people still buy. Obviously, like I just bought Lily a pair of Pandas, Jordan 2s. You know, I have like 3 pairs of Jordans, but I don't really wear them. They're not like my go-to shoes. But they used to be like super popular. Now people buy Adidas a lot. People buy like because people do a lot of collabs now. People just buy people's collabs now. And the Jordans aren't like Apex #1 anymore.
I think rappers are now have replaced like say basketball shoes are still popular. But I think rappers putting out their own shoes is more popular. Like when Yeezys were so successful, it kind of like really paved the way for people being like, shit, I can become a mainstay. I can have like my own shoe and not just be like, you know, because it used to just be like, oh, the Kobe's.
And that's because Kanye, what Kanye has done is that Kanye made a lane where people can actually sort of afford like real designer shoes. And people are wearing like Balenciagas, and people are wearing.
We gotta make a shoe. We gotta make a shoe, guys.
Coach, like real, like
let's make a. Can we just rip off like Doc Martens? But like it's just. I just want to
steal Doc Martens.
Just straight up take Converse, bro, and just like start selling Converses,
dude.
And then like these are ours now.
Love to Chuck Tanks, you know, like it's called like fucking
Chuck Tanks.
Fucking that'd be
great.
People are like, "What are you doing?" My shoes.
We'll make Converse. We'll just make Converse, but we'll have like a hole cut out so everybody can see each other's pinkies, and that'll be that'll make it transformative.
That's so chimpantastic.
So that everybody, so that everybody chimpantastic. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So that'll be our thing. It's like that'll be the way that we protect ourselves from copyright infringement. It's just Converse, but you can see the pinkies because more often than not, the weirdest toe is the pinky, and everybody with those shoes will be able to laugh at everybody else with those shoes. He's like, "Ha, you got a gross fucking weird. Like, why is your pinky nail slimmer than a staple? That's so weird.
You're out of your fucking mind.
So we got So we got Chuck Tanks, and the second thing we're gonna do, because one thing that has exploded on the market, and I hate it, is Crocs.
Cum rags.
We're gonna do that too. Yeah. We're gonna do cum rags. We're gonna do Chuck Tanks, and then we're gonna do Gators. But not alligator shoes. We're going to make Crocs. We're just call them Gators. That's it. And like we'll just steal their design, make them a little bit pointier. Because you know Gators have like longer, narrow snouts and shit. We're just going to make our shit.
We should make them. We should make every shoe. We should make every shoe 3 feet long. No exceptions. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You're right.
Do you really think that matters at all? It's better if it. It's better if it doesn't make sense. In fact,
just flip it.
So we'll have Gators with the really long. It'll be like a 3 foot long shoe, regardless of size, and the holes in the Crocs will be triangles instead.
Dude,
so that they'll be like little teeth.
We're living in
and then that'll be fucking pop off, man.
We're living in the last days of humanity, bro.
Yeah, it's the final ages for sure.
Like there's not gonna be another president.
In the last episode of the Snark Tank, we were talking about that guy who was like flipping out about like the immersion being broken in Starfield for having pronouns and stuff. To me, the immersion breaking factor in Starfield is being in space at all, knowing how humanity is. Like knowing how the trajectory that we are on. The second I got on my own ship, I was like, we're never getting here. I don't believe any of this. You're telling me people cooperated enough to settle on different planets and like cooperate? No way, dude. This is way more fantastical. This is way more fantastical than fucking Skyrim is. That's fucking crazy. I can't have pronouns in my game. Let me go back to Skyrim where I can be a cat person.
Yeah. I can be a
it's so fucking silly.
Do they not realize that like when people
Should we
make
sell-
dumb jokes like that, right? Let me make dumb shit like that. Like, do you not realize that I'm a cat person? I am a literal.
Listen.
I am a feline person in this game, and a pronoun is freaking you out.
We're getting.
That's
Look.
what you
We
freak
already talked about it. We already talked about it. We're getting off topic. We have to focus on what we're going to sell. So we've got the Gators. We've got the Chuck Tanks. And I think we should start selling. I personally think, sincerely, we should start selling. We should buy. So here's what we do: we buy ShamWows in bulk, bulk, and we
we call
market
them
them as
ShamWows?
official. No. We call them. We market them as official
ShamWows.
Snark Tank cum rags. So you can. So that way it's like not only it's like, look, it soaks the cum right up, and you can dispose of it however you want, or you could leave it soaking, like you could leave it kind of full of like almost like a cum sponge in some way.
Yeah.
Could you imagine you
and
go to your
that'll
friend's
be-
house and he has a fucking this thick rag on the floor, and you're like, yo, why is that rag so thick? You're like, yo, it's absolutely filled to the brim with cum. It's
It can't even hold
It
anymore.
is
It's filled to
packed
the
with
brim.
cum. Its atomic
Packed.
structure is more cum than anything else. It's
You know,
full.
we fuck around, but like I would love. We may even be the first people to actually sell cum rags.
I
We
think
just
we
slap
could
our
do it,
logo
yeah.
on it, and then we just sell cloths.
I'm not
but
selling
they're
cum
cum
rags.
rags.
But you know the reason why I wouldn't want to do that is
Why?
you know why, right?
You don't want people to come on our logo, or what?
Well, no, people will do that, and then they'll be like, "Look,
Oh, they'll show us.
Look here.
Yeah.
I came on you, Swede, and the show is like,
they'll bring it.
ew.
They'll like bring it. They'll bring it to our live shows, and they'll be like, "Can you sign this,
dude?
And then you have
that
to,
is-
like,
It's
you
wet.
hear, like-
It's still wet. He's like, oh, sorry, let me wring it out. And it sounds
Bro,
like someone's
well, that's-
pouring a gallon of milk on the floor. You're like, yo, what the hell, dude? You got some healthy balls, man.
It's
Good
like
shit.
when you
balls.
it's like when you when you're in the shower and you have your arms together and you collect a bunch of water and then you drop it all at once. You ever
you
do
can
that?
get cradle some water. Yeah,
Yeah, just and then just drop it and then it's all this weight just it's like that much. Anyway,
Yeah, I
let's
guess
move on
we
to
ca-
questions.
yeah. Let's do it.
That's an awful lot
Let's
of cum,
go,
dude.
Walter. That's an
I think we
awful
can make a
of
lot of
cum,
money on those
Walter.
cum rags. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
God Christ,
Walter, stop coming yourself, Walter.
Walter, stop coming on your official Snark Tank merchandise, Walter. But it's a. You don't understand, Mike. It's a cum rag.
It's a cum rag.
I'm
supposed to come on it.
I'm the one who
I am.
comes.
I am the cum who rags.
I am the one who
Makes no
comes.
fucking sense at all. Okay, let's see. Oh,
I'm afraid I cannot have sex with you anymore, Hector Salamanca.
Okay,
I'm afraid
I
our
chose the
sexual
wrong pronouns.
encounter
I
has been
chose the
concluded.
wrong. I chose the wrong pronouns in Starfield, and it made me gay roaded. He says, "Hello,
Nice.
Chris, Meg, and Stewie. I am playing through Sonic 06 and Force Unleashed, and Star Wars Force Unleashed." And I don't remember Unleashed being buggy and hard to control, and the levels feel uninspired. On the other hand, Sonic 06 is less terrible than I remember, and I actually found myself having fun playing. My question is, what is a game or movie or show that you loved and went back to that was better or worse than you remembered it?
You said Force Unleashed, for sure.
I think so. Yeah.
Or did he
the
say?
levels are on it.
Or did he say Sonic Unleashed or some shit?
No. He said
don't know.
Sonic
Unleashed
06
is a fun
and
game.
Force Unleashed, which is
Okay, he said Force
Sonic Unleashed or
I
Force
don't know.
Unleashed?
Sonic Unleashed is a good game.
Is that actually a
not
game?
It's actually not a bad. When he turns into a werehog, it's actually not a bad game.
Whatever. Okay.
It's stupid as shit.
Anyway.
the stupid ass
Oh, yeah, it
premise,
is.
but it's pretty fun.
I just want to
It's a
make
fun
sure.
game.
Okay, so he said Force Unleashed.
Yeah, he did. He said Force Unleashed.
Okay. I actually kind of
that's-
agree with him with the Force Unleashed. When I first played it, I was like, yo, this game's fucking dope. Like, I think it was in like 08 or something when I played it, or I don't remember what year it was, but I remember
When you go
really
back, and
liking
you're like,
it.
and you go back, and you're like,
I went back and I was like, dude, this game fucking sucks. It's not
It
that
doesn't
good, actually.
suck.
It can't suck.
It doesn't
No way it
suck,
sucks.
but it's not as good.
It was. Well, what happened was yeah, that's unfair. What happened was I think I played it recently after the
Survivor?
the one with the cow, whatever his
Cal
name
Kestis.
is.
Fallen Order.
Yeah. I always want to say Cal Kesto, whatever.
I
It's
saw
like
that
Ethan,
guy. I saw that guy at a bar recently.
He did.
Yeah.
Did you talk to
What's up,
him?
you
Very
ginger
jarring.
bitch? What's up, man?
I didn't. No, I didn't
slap
talk
him
to
a
him
little
because
bit?
I don't know enough about him to really like say anything to him.
Push him?
I just knew that it was like, yo, you're that. I know you. You're the guy from fucking.
I
that
would
Star
have
Wars
forced
game.
him with
That's all
my
I knew.
arms.
Yeah, you push him and be like, you don't have any fucking powers, you bitch. And just
I'll be like, dodge this
fight
bullet
him.
right now. I
You know
take
what's-
out a
you know
gun,
what's-
dodge
you know
a
what's-
bullet.
You know what's really fucking. What's
Dodge
really
bullet.
weird about it though? What is super bizarre about it though is like this is an actor who I've only ever seen in video games. Like I've only ever seen him in like what was the first one? Jedi Survivor and
And he was in Shameless
what the fuck
too.
was the last one?
Fallen Order.
No, but Fallen Order? Right.
That's it.
So I've only ever seen him in that. Like I've never seen him in like a live action role. So seeing him in person was like really jarring because I was like, oh,
Was your
you're
brain
like
trying
a
to render
real
him as a video
person.
game model?
My brain was like, he doesn't look exactly like his video game character, and I was like, oh, that's weird. Like I remember thinking that it looked like it was like a good character model, but it's not a good character model at all. He doesn't look anything like that. But whatever.
But yeah, I was
That's
just saying
beside
that
the
like I
point.
played Fallen Order, and so yeah, I was that definitely being hyperbolic. It was just trying to play it after that.
It's an old
Yeah, so-
third person action platform. I
It's
feel
not
like I
bad.
would still like it if I
There
played
were
it again.
still
but
some
like,
really good sequences in there when I played it again. That I really
Yeah.
enjoyed. Some of the boss battles were cool. I really like when he takes down the Star Destroyer.
That shit is
Like
crazy. That
shit,
scene,
that's such a cool fucking. That's
that
such a cool
scene
thing.
is absolutely. That is the most obscene moment I think Star Wars has. Like that is like I remember
It's
doing.
cool.
I remember.
I like it though.
I remember going through that moment and being like, "Oh, the guy's getting away. What am I gonna do?" And I was
He
like,
fucking
"He's
like
not gonna do."
concentrates and he fucking brings it down. I was like,
Like
dude,
that's some
that is
Vader shit.
Way
That's some
too
shit
much
that-
power.
That's some shit
That's
that Vader
way
can't
too much
do.
power.
I'm like, what are you doing right now? What are you?
Yeah, Vader on screen has never done anything even close to that.
Remotely closer. Neither has Palpatine, neither has Luke, neither has anybody. And it's just like, what the fuck? This guy is so strong. That's why when you go through killing everybody, I'm like, yeah, obviously he kills them. This man's a demon.
Right. yeah.
For me, the game that I went by and you know what game I didn't like that much when I played again? I played Fallout New Vegas. And I liked it less when I played the second time. Still,
fair.
great,
Oh, really?
great game. Good, very good game. Very good game. The story in 3 is better. Better story in 3.
the story is better in 3. Yes.
But the side characters
but I think
are amazing for New Vegas. I'll give it that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I have a pretty good. I feel like I'm really good at assessing how good or bad things are, even if they are like, even if I was like a kid at the time. Like, there are certain things where I'm like, I go back and they are as janky and as fun as I remember. So I'm not necessarily put off by it. But I think the one. Man, how do I... So Kung Pao, right, is a movie that I remember thinking was so funny when I was a child. And then I saw it again recently, or like in the last few years, and I was like, oh yeah, it's definitely like for kids, and like it's just so stupid. It's just so dumb. And then I watched it high, and it was the funniest that movie has ever been. So like I don't know exactly where to put that because I still feel like Kung Pao is funny. I just think the parts in Kung Pao that aren't funny really aren't funny now though. Like that fucking cow, the cow Matrix scene.
Oh god,
That
is
scene is
so
stupid.
terrible. Like it was. I remember thinking that scene was really funny the first time I watched it as a kid, but like watching it again, I was like, "Ooh, that sucks." But then the rest of the movie is way funnier, so it's weird. It's a bizarre fucking
You know,
thing.
I always felt a little left out because I just
With Kung Pao?
Yeah, because I never found it as funny, nearly
Dude,
as funny
it's-
as most people. Like most people I
Kung
knew,
Pao?
they're like, "Oh, I love this
Yeah.
movie." I
Kung
was
Pao
yeah,
is
I was
crazy
kind of like
funny. It's
I was the odd
crazy
man
funny.
out, like or odd kid out.
I get it because
It
it
just
is
wasn't that funny to me.
really
It's
it is
stupid. It had
so
moments.
stupid. It is so stupid that it's almost insulting that you're watching it.
Like,
it almost insults you for watching. But the thing about it is like what's funny about the joke is the movie. Like
Yeah.
the fact that it was
Yeah.
even the fact that someone gave this guy money to do this and sell it and like the technology that they used
It's
to like
very
put his
cool
head
that they did that.
it's cool. Like it's like from a filmmaking standpoint, it's actually really cool that he did that because like he superimposed himself over this old Chinese film like really convincingly.
Well,
like obviously
pretty well.
Like obviously, like if you watch it on modern, if you watch like I don't know, like a 4K cut of it, like a lot of the problems kind of stick out because the footage that they shoot on isn't exactly matched, and you could see like certain lines that you wouldn't normally see on like VHS and stuff like that, or like old school standard definition DVD. So the seams are there, but like there's like a lot of little things in that movie that I think are really fucking fun. Like there's like the dog that barks, but because it's a dubbed movie, the bark is like delayed.
Yeah.
And like there's some like genuinely like brilliant jokes in there, but they're also like surrounded by like Taco Bell, and Chorrito from. It's just fucking stupid shit.
Those are my favorite
Burrito,
parts, like the subtle like bullshit fucking lines that are replaced, or like I don't know why this is so funny to me because whenever I tell it to people, like they don't feel the same way. But he just says like, "Oh, I traveled." They just because like it's just such an absurd line where he says something like, "Oh, I traveled many miles to see you" or whatever, and then the guy says, "Oh, would you say 10 million?" And like
and he waves his hand like, "Would you say
like
10 million?"
And it's like,
no, not 10 million.
It's such an absurd number to say.
There aren't even that many miles. I love it's just really dumb.
Yeah.
It's a really dumb movie.
People say I don't have a
I
good
loved it when I was a
sense of
kid. I fell
humor.
out of love with it, and then I loved it again because like there's lines that you go that way, I'll go home. Just like a lot of these like really good
that joke.
my ass. What do you get?
I will
when
say
you cross an owl with a bungee cord. My ass.
I will say I love Betty.
Oh, Betty!
I love Betty.
Betty is the best thing about that movie.
Yeah.
What's crazy about that movie though, Betty, like, is that like that is what's so crazy about that voice is that I can't believe I've not heard that voice in anything that isn't Kung Pao because that is such a stupid like because everybody's heard like like everybody's heard that voice or like a million other different voices, but I have never to this day heard anyone sound like Betty in anything.
Yeah. Fun fact: the
council are aliens. It's fucking so stupid.
I named my even though I was never a huge fan of the film, I did really like Betty to the point where my first Schecter Diamond Series guitar that I got, I named it Betty. I named
That's
it.
awesome.
I was like,
Black Betty.
yeah, Betty.
That's sick.
Bam, a lamb.
Black.
Where Black Betty?
I named mine Black Bit.
Whoa,
Next
black
question.
nigga, bam, a lamb.
Whoa.
Can you imagine if that was the song? Those white ass people playing in that
Come
fucking
on.
that
Chill out,
yard.
my boy.
Oh, black nigga, bam, a lamb.
Oh, black nigga, clean along. Black nigga, clean along.
Dude, I love that movie introduced me to that song. I love that song. Black Betty is such a fun song. Do you guys ever play that? Before we move on to the next question, did you guys ever play that Rayman Legends game?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, I did.
Like
I did.
Amazing.
Do you remember the
that.
Black Betty level?
Amazing.
Yeah.
There's like a whole level that's sequenced to that song, and it's so good.
That was great.
If anybody hasn't played Rayman Legends, seriously, it's probably one of the best things that Ubisoft has ever done.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think
One of the few
it might be
games
like top.
Yeah, one of the few games I co-opted with my homie. I usually
Yeah,
fucking
so good.
Yeah, do that shit often.
All right. Bet Venus wrote in. He says, "Hey cunts, special thanks to Derek for introducing me to I Am Ghost. Tell
you're welcome.
Tell me what wrong opinion you have about any kind of media that you know is wrong but can't shake. For example, I'm a firm believer that Worth Dying For is the worst song on Suffer and the Witness. Is it? I think it might be. I think you're right.
Dying for it? Yeah.
Worth Dying For. Suffer and the Witness. I like it, but it's
Suffer and the
Witness. Suffer and the Witness track list.
Suffer and the
Yeah,
Wiener.
it's Worth Dying For by a mile. Yeah, like it's not even close. An opinion that you know is wrong that you can't shake.
What is my worst opinion?
I
have a lot of them.
I feel like I have one
I have
of
a
these.
lot of them. For you, I think your worst opinion is that you think Metal Gear Solid. You genuinely think Metal Gear Solid 2 is better than 3. I think that's your worst opinion. I really don't know how you like.
I don't think I'm wrong though. That's the thing.
I respect Metal Gear Solid 2 as a game. It's not better than 3. I really respect it. I think it's a great game. I just really hate Raiden though. I can't stand that motherfucker. But
did you play his game?
Huh?
Revengeance?
I don't like Revengeance.
He
either.
hates it.
I don't like Revengeance.
Oh,
either.
right. I think there was some discourse on Twitter about that. Or
everybody got mad at me, and I was like, "I'm sorry,"
because it's an insane opinion.
I don't
it's
like the game.
Crazy.
I don't like it. I don't. I'm sorry. Like I played it. I was like, "Oh, this is cool." I don't like when he talks. That's
so crazy. That's so crazy. That game's so good.
I like this scene with I forgot his name. Something Jetstream where everything's blown up, and he's like, yeah, and he's like doing the thing with his chest. That scene's so fucking funny because the world's going to shit. And he's just kind of there smiling. Like, is it Jetstream Sam? I think it is. Is his name?
I don't remember. It's been a long time.
The Brazilian samurai.
I feel like I'm due for a replay of that game.
He's like, the city's
something
blowing up.
like
You hear
that.
people screaming, and he's just kind of just like smiling, like grinning. But what else? I have a bunch of bad takes, man. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of one that I understand is not. I understand it's fault. Like I believe it in spite of the fact that I understand it's wrong, and I'm sure there is something like that. But for some reason, it's not. It's not fucking coming.
I guess for me, it might be Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Oh, I found it.
What is it?
That Imagine Dragons is the worst band in the world.
Oh yeah,
because I know they're not. I factually know they're not. Like
Gotcha.
They're not like
you just believe it though.
The worst band in the world probably doesn't. It probably isn't on any of our radars at all. But I do hate them deeply.
Yeah. So by default, they're the worst.
By default, they're the worst band in the world, even though I know they're not. Logically speaking, objectively speaking.
I think for me, it's that I think that Spider-Man.
That's a good one.
I think that Spider-Man 2 is worse Spider-Man 1. But I only think that because
That's
think
a weird
Willem Dafoe,
one, yeah.
I think Willem Dafoe is just like Alfred Molina is good, but I think Willem Dafoe is just infinitely better. Like
I don't think that's true at all.
I really think that's
I don't know,
true.
man. Just
I think Willem Dafoe is amazing and he's like top echelon, but I don't think Alfred Molina is that far behind him, to be honest.
I don't think he's that far behind him, but
really
I think
up
he's
there.
definitely behind him.
But not to the degree that not to the degree that it would erase the superiority of that entire movie.
Because I think the best parts of that movie are like I think Peter in that movie is done better than I think in any of the Spider-Man movies. I think overall Raimi does a bad job at doing Peter Parker justice. But I think he has such a great side cast. Like the cast of people in that movies fill up for that shit more than bounds. Aunt May, Harry, even the Butler. The Butler's great in those movies. And I'm like, why the fuck is this Butler
I disagree.
for Harry?
I
think he's good. He does great.
The Butler is the worst part of every single one of those movies.
He's the worst part, but he still does his part well.
That Butler is like Mitch McConnell. I feel like they just got a guy, like some guy won a contest or something.
I feel like so, but he does what he needs to do.
Your father only. Do you remember in Spider-Man? Because in Spider-Man 2, he goes like, "Your father only." In Spider-Man 2, I think your father only obsessed over his work, and then he leaves, and that's all he says. And I'm like, what do you? And it's not even. It doesn't even have anything to do with anything. It's such a weird. It's such a. I don't know, man. Every time he's on screen, which is like thankfully less than a minute throughout the entire trilogy, it's jarring to see.
Sweeney, look at it. Come on, let's just go through it. You got the power of cum in the palm of my hands, iconic. You got pizza time,
that's not what
iconic.
That's not what
you got Dickovich, iconic. You got I could go on.
Out, you say, iconic. Now, what you call it? Save the children or suffer the niggas, or save the girl you love or suffer the niggas. We got him licking his hand after he touches the cake. We got the fucking. There's so many iconic moments, man.
Like there's
That
great.
entire trilogy is iconic, though. Like
the
is
entire
true.
trilogy is iconic, but
It's
I feel like
moment to
just
moment
most
iconic.
of the most
Dude,
of the
even
most of
three-
the-
even three-
I'm somewhat of a I'm somewhat of a nigga myself. Come
that
on, dude.
image of
That's
Black
funny.
Willem Dafoe lives rent free in my head. I
Hey,
think
that
about it
shit is
so
dope.
regularly.
Dude, when I showed Chris that image, he
it's
didn't
so
know. He was like, "What are you
convincing.
showing? Why are you showing me a black person?" And I was like, no, "You don't get it." He was like, "What? What?" And
He
then it
really did show me that.
connected.
He really did.
It
He really
connected.
He really did show me of that. He showed me that image of Willem Dafoe photoshopped to be a black person with the caption, I'm somewhat of an N-word myself. And I looked at it and I asked him sincerely, why are you showing me a picture of this random black guy? Like, and I meant it. Like, I was like, I don't know what this means. I didn't understand it. And I had to
awesome.
stare at it
That
like
was
like you know how like
That's
in Skyrim
awesome.
when you get the words of power when you approach the big stone?
you gotta look
Yeah,
at
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
That's
your
what
brain.
that's what it was like, where I was like slowly realizing like that's Willem Dafoe. But that looks so legit.
Do you guys think honestly that
real
the
shit.
that the N-word's a word of power somewhere in Skyrim?
It's a word
I mean-
of power, objectively speaking. I think.
or the F word, like, yeah, that's why they kill
No.
him.
The F word's nowhere
Did I
near.
show you that video, Derek? Did I show you that video, Derek, of the cop pulling over the guy and the guy yelling that and like light coming out the car and the cop dying?
Yes, I saw that. I saw it. I've seen that.
That video is so
ridiculous.
beautiful. Dude, oh man. There's gonna be a day when we have kids, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, Dad, what did you think was funny when you were younger? And I'm gonna be like, son, I'll show you in like 40 years. I can't show you right now. You can't laugh at this stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
most
You
stuff's
can't go
gotta
to
be locked
kindergarten laughing at shit like this. You're gonna get kicked out.
Right.
Yeah. You're gonna show it to everybody on your phone, and then you're gonna get beat up. It's gonna be a bad
Beat up,
situation.
or you're gonna pick up the wrong crowd. You're gonna get beat up or pick up the
Let's
worst
end,
crowd.
Let's end on this one.
Yes.
Cyclone of Chaos wrote it. He says, "Hey idiots, game of the year time. Which one? Baldur's Gate 3 or Starfield?" It's so funny because like I'm gonna say this, right? It is absolutely wild to me that Spider-Man 2 is going to come out in what like a couple weeks now. Because it's early October. Is it early October? I'm pretty sure. Let me check the date again.
The 13th.
13th. All right, so a
It's the
little
13th,
over
yeah,
a
I
month
think
from
it
now.
is. Oh, speaking
It's
of that,
crazy
look
to me
what I got.
that's. Oh, did you get the special edition case? Oh, nice.
The cases
I
are
don't
gone.
like-
The cases are absolutely like they're nowhere to be found. You can't get them.
Yeah, I believe that
because they scalped
the controller
the shit,
seems.
which is these were scalped
controller
too.
seems a
I had to
little,
pay extra for this as well, but they are completely scalped.
Oh,
They're
man.
gone. It's insane.
That's why
I don't like the design of it.
I think you've seen
I
my
would like it
controller,
more-
right? You saw mine one, my custom
Yeah.
one, right? I like mine better.
Yeah,
truth
yeah,
be
yeah.
told.
Yeah, I don't like the spider on it. Honestly, I feel like it would be a lot better without the spider on it. It's too. I don't know. It's too gaudy to me. But
I like it. I'm not gonna use it probably ever.
but
though.
s- yeah. But Spider-Man 2 is going to come out in about a month from now.
Yeah.
And it's wild to me that it has no shot at winning Game of the Year this year. Like, not even slightly.
It depends on how
Yeah.
good the story is. We'll see. We'll see.
No.
But it's very unlikely that anything is gonna beat Baldur's Gate.
No, there's.
But we'll see.
It's Starfield versus Baldur's Gate.
It's Starfield,
the
Baldur's Gate, and
Cyclone
Zelda.
Chaos.
Those are the only, and I think it's between Baldur's Gate and Zelda. Personally,
I don't think Starfield's up there. I'm sorry.
You're probably
I don't
right.
think Starfield's
You're probably
up there.
right.
But we'll see.
I think
we'll
Starfield's
see.
up there.
Because Starfield, I like the game. I think it's a good video game.
I haven't played it yet.
It runs fine. The glitches people are bitching about the glitches too much. I've experienced maybe 2 glitches. Maybe and they weren't even like bad.
These people
glitches.
are being fucking
They
stupid.
weren't even
They're
like
being
bad
stupid as fuck.
glitches.
I'm working on I'm working on a video about like in defense of the bug, because I feel like people don't know how to distinguish between like like bugs that are actually like genuinely like kind of fun and endearing, and Cyberpunk Day One doesn't work, crashes, bricks your fucking console.
Exactly.
Like there's a distinct difference between these things.
Bro, those fucking crazy eyes and shit are like, did you see that one where they're like sitting down and talking? And then, like, this black chick, like, appears ahead, and she's just staring at you, like...
It's so funny.
That shit is so weird to me. Like, but that's not... That's a problem I have with it, but that's, like, not, like, a detrimental part. My problem with Starfield is I think it's just a little boring. I think it's kind of boring because it's, like, I don't know. I feel like the aesthetic of space, the way they did space is just that here's just a planet, you go hang out on it. Like, I feel like space without aliens and weird shit is boring, and that's my revelation of it.
There is weird shit in it.
That's my revelation of it. I'm only like 15 hours in, so like I think people are bitching too much about it. I don't think it has the contents to be like, oh, this game is Game of the Year worthy compared to a game like Baldur's Gate that exists. That's why. Because like Baldur's Gate is just...
I'm sure I'll enjoy the hell of it.
It's just too much of a game. Like, I don't think anything should be compared to that, because I think it's just unhealthy to have any game compared to how good Baldur's Gate is right now. Like, I feel like it does games a disservice having them being compared to it.
Guess.
I think Baldur's is just too well designed of an RPG. It's just done too well.
Yeah, Baldur's didn't work for me at all, but Starfield is working for me a lot. I think, I don't know, I've based on what I've played this year, also, I have to go back and look, because this year's been so good that I'm gonna have to like really analyze
game in a way I don't like. Like, I feel like I'm playing fucking Fallout based on the way I move and the way you look around the world. And I'm like,
it's Bethesda. It's a Bethesda
game.
Which
is true, but it doesn't feel like it's been like, I don't know. Like, I think they just need to up the new server. Just put a new server out eventually. But
you want something like completely redesigned.
I want something more polished. That's it. Server wise, I want the game to feel more polished. More like smoother movements. Like, it runs at 60 frames, but still the jumping feels super clunky. The shooting feels clunky as well. It doesn't feel smooth in a way that other newer games do. Like, compared to how you feel of Resident Evil, the new one. Resident Evil 4 feels smooth as fucking butter. It feels
Resident
like kind of game. It feels like
it's
also on a brand new server as well, designed from the floor up.
There's no server. Well. I don't know why you keep saying server.
Engine.
You mean engine?
It's not engine. Yeah, smoother engine from the floor up. You know, they probably remade 4. Of course, they really wanted to change the way they experience the game, modernize it. But I feel like this just feels like I'm playing fucking Fallout again for the most part. Also, you can't fly your ships now. It's kind of silly. I was like, I thought you were going to be able to do that. The air fights, the space fights are pretty cool.
I am so shocked at how many people don't know how games are made.
I understand.
Because when I saw that in the Donkey video, when Donkey was like, I was expecting you to be able to fly into the atmosphere and land, even though Bethesda literally said years ago that wasn't going to be the case.
Oh, really?
I couldn't believe that. I really, because I was like, do you understand that the only games that you can do that in are games with nothing else in them? Because that is how demanding of a feature that is. You can't do that on any hardware, anywhere. You need a computer the size of 2 hotels probably to get that running at the fidelity that you need with the detail that you need. That's not possible. If it was possible, they would have done it.
It didn't. It wasn't an expectation for me. I just thought like the only like how it is. The only time you're gonna be doing space flight is for specific like missions and stuff.
I thought you were gonna be able to fly. I thought you were gonna be able to fly around. I didn't think it was only gonna be missions. I didn't think you were gonna be able to fly to every world. But I thought you'd be able to like fly around. I just think
it just takes up too much space, man. Like
that's true.
It's kind of like the thing where it's like I want to be able to walk across an entire planet to get to where I'm going, even though realistically that would take you 3 months of game time, so no one would actually want to do that. That's kind of what space is. They said like, what is fun about space? Flying around, blowing stuff up, and discovering points of interest. And that's what space is. It's broken up into sections where you go into space, and then you see a planet in the distance, you warp to it, and then you land on it, and then that's what the game is. And then you fight in space, and the space combat's so fucking interesting. I did not expect it to be that deep. It's really fucking, I don't know, man. I'm really into it. It is
cool.
It is my ideal Bethesda game, though. It is exactly the kind of Bethesda game that I want, where it's like I like Fallout and Skyrim's fine, but like I dig NASA fucking stuff, specific like this Mass Effect kind of.
I love sci-fi, man.
It's
almost
not
like,
Mass
it's
Effect,
like 60s,
though. That's the thing.
It's like 60s Mass Effect.
That's the thing. It's not Mass Effect. That's what makes it weird. It's like Mass Effect. What makes Mass Effect awesome is like the interworkings between all these fucking species. The world, the universe being so big, but also small in the sense that there are these people in the world that all of them are still trying to survive. Everyone's just trying to make it day by day. And you immediately realize that between the characters. Now, I didn't dig deep into the characters yet, which I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna, before I give a very like, it doesn't have this.
I don't think it's your.
I
don't think it's. I just don't think it's your game. I know. Yeah. I told you you weren't going to like it before.
I'm trying to give it a fair shake, because I think as a game, I there shouldn't just be like not my type of game. I should be able to play this. I love Bethesda games in general. Of course,
but that's always going to be the case.
I don't play most games.
Like Baldur's Gate. I'm telling you right now, Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate, not my type of game at all. In fact, I'm honestly baffled at how people enjoy it. Like I really can't. I can't get around it. I can't do it. I can't do it. The combat is fucking crazy, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me.
Even for me, it's the movement restrictions, it absolutely kills it for me. Like I personally don't like that.
The story works awesome.
I just the way that I played turn-based combat, I've never experienced in that way before.
Because you're used to it's just like more of an isometric turn-based. That's why it's a different kind of thing.
It's interesting, but my movement restriction, I would rather be happening in real time, and then everything being scattered like that, and then I can pick and choose what I'm doing. But the fact that I have to I'm gonna have to sacrifice wanting to whoop somebody's ass just to approach them is kind of fucking wild. Like it's like, or I'm gonna have to dash. I'm like, bro, that's kind of crazy. Or like I just don't really like that.
But to shorten, because we gotta wrap it up.
Oh yeah, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
But I don't think Skyrim's gonna. I don't think Starfield is going to be Game of the Year. I think it might end up being mine, because I'm liking it more and more as I play it. But it's also my exact kind of fucking Bethesda game. Okay. But I think it's safely between Baldur's Gate and Zelda, and I really don't think Spider-Man has a shot, because Spider-Man, we know what Spider-Man's going to be.
Yeah, it's not going to be.
It's going to be good. It's going to be great, but it's not going to be. It's not going to be like. I don't even think it's going to be as industry engaging as Starfield is, and that's like an old.
I mean, think about it like in the words like Elden Ring smashed fucking God of War, because you kind of knew what God of War was going to be. Versus this fucking
people were mad, dude. The game world was mad about that, dude. They were like, these fucking Japanese gonna come here and uproot what we damn had to. They know we did to them last time. You motherfuckers, you send that boy up there. Send that boy on stage.
Anyway,
stupid. Anyway. Said that they conjured him.
Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and head on out of here now. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for joining us over on Patreon.com. If you are over there, remember there are extra ammo episodes going there all the fucking time. So head on over there and be whisked away into a nice little place.
You rum tum.
We'll catch you on the flip side.
That's all, stage stand.
That's all, stage stand. Are you gay? All right, time for names. And
3, 2, 1.
Yanti. If everyone loved a dick in their bum, if everyone shared and swallowed their cum, then we'd see how gay we all could become. Nice.
Nice.
What a
everyone's gay.
If everyone loved a dick in their bum, if everyone cared and swallowed their cum, then that's so dumb. God damn it. NDC 13 Cypher Graph.
Hey man, I love guys. Oh, let's go. Sorry.
Gay man. Oh God. Cock cheese crumbs. I'm gonna say something, and it's really important that the context is taken into account here. I'm not a Keith David guy at all.
Huh?
How dare you make me say that?
What the
you're
hell?
Such a shitty. You're
Thank you for your patronage, but fuck you.
Thank you. But we are all together gonna show up at your house.
We're gonna
and
get your
yell
dog in
outside
unison.
it. We're gonna scream. We've planted C4 all around the perimeter. There's nowhere to run. And then we're gonna hold it over you until you starve to death. You're gonna be too scared to run out and call our bluff, so you're just gonna sit in there and starve.
Could you imagine someone being? Imagine how upsetting me. Like, I'm so hungry. I gotta get out of here. And there's C4 everywhere. You're like, I gotta go. I gotta do it. I gotta dodge the C4.
Do you think anyone's ever? Do you think anyone's ever like engaged in a hostage situation and like taken hostages and then ordered Postmates to the house? Like,
I mean, maybe actually, it sounds like something that would happen nowadays.
I feel like it's kind of. I feel like it's not impossible that's
It's
happened.
new.
At least
It's still
once.
new though. That's like a newer thing.
It's not new. Postmates has been around since like 2015.
Oh, that's new.
That's
I feel like
years.
I feel like hostage situations are kind of more of an old guard thing, you know.
I guess. Yeah, you don't really see a lot of We gotta bring hostages back.
Yeah,
Real talk.
Start kidnapping again.
I'm feeling really nostalgic for hostages.
Hostages, kidnappings, blowing up buildings, terrorism in general.
Yeah, terrorism was pretty fucking lit back in our time.
Remember those buildings that flipped that tipped over?
Remember how the skyline changed? They should put GoPro on EDP to show what happens to him. That's right.
Again.
That's our next episode. That's our next episode.
We're talking about
this week.
fat losers, Ethan Ralph and fucking EDP.
Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
I can't get over. We'll talk about it on the show. Oh fuck! Old
so
Debbie
happy.
Cumfingers, the old Snark Tank patron, to have both justifiably and verbally shot and killed not just one but two people. By the way, that guy wrote in with his story.
Oh,
We'll get to
finally.
it.
That's
We'll
dope.
get to it. We'll get to it in another episode. Sometimes I feel gay. That's not what that says at all. I just said that. I don't know why I said that. Sometimes I feel like my dick can't get harder. Sometimes I feel sometimes I feel one in my rear end. It's the penis I live with, the penis of Aang. I don't know what that is.
I actually don't. Say it one more time. Hold on.
Oh, sometimes I feel like my dick can't get harder.
There we go.
Sometimes
Under the bridge.
I feel one in my rear end. It's the penis I live with. That's so stupid. The Red Hot Chili Peppers now.
Yeah.
We're getting into
Sometimes
some
I
weird.
feel like my dick can't get harder. Could you imagine that?
Like, it's so hard.
Yo,
it
can I
feels
say?
like
Look.
diamond.
Can I say
like,
something?
yo, this is the hardest dick
yeah.
ever.
Maybe I'm crazy for this, but I can vividly remember a point in time where I was like, this is the hardest I have ever been, and this is the hardest I will likely ever be. I remember it. I remember it like distinctly. I was like, how is this? Because it was jarring to me. I was like, pinnacle. This is like, I was like, there's no surpassing this. This is crazy, dude.
No,
Yeah.
for me
Anyway.
it was what you call it, like a teen boner. A teen boner. The hardness of a teen's boner is crazy.
You're weird for talking
Like-
about that.
Yeah.
Oh God, wait.
Somebody
Wait.
clip that out. Somebody clip that out of
Wait.
context.
The hardness of my teen boners.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
No.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
We'll get him next time.
I get evac. I get respawn. You know, the Fortnite thing comes down and it phases over me.
Snake.
And it disappears.
Snake!
Oh
Man,
fucking
let's
stupid.
just. I'm done talking today. Y'all go on.
Did the last
Y'all do
episode
it.
get that? Did the last episode get that scream? By the, I haven't seen it.
No, dude,
Yeah,
it did.
wait,
It
wait,
didn't.
did
No,
it?
it didn't pick it up.
That's so. That's
It didn't
a
pick it up.
shame.
Like the footage didn't show up. I was so pissed. I was like, no.
that was so good.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's just one for us. Anyway, where's the Patreon again? Old Debbie Cumfingers, the old Snark Tank patron, just blah, 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 blah. Spraying the homeless in front of my house with wasp spray. Parentheses, I live in San Francisco. Sweeney lick my weenie. Cam, cold jeans, McAss slap. The kill is just Jared Leto singing about his inner conflict to be a furry.
Come dick me
Caucasian
down.
container, the Cracker Barrel for gays. It's so dumb. The UNSC pillar of autism, nice. Tinfoil tyrant,
Pillar of autism. It's the
'cause I'm a-
it's that-
it's a fleet. It is a spacefaring ship meant to transport autistic people only.
but it's so well run because the person that's running it is like one of the peak autisms, the ones that are really good at focusing on things.
Yeah.
So he gets shit done.
It's super well run, but everyone has been caught sniffing seats. Because I'm a hex girl and I'm going to put my cum on you. Putting blackface on my light bulbs. Ice-T raped my dragon. Max Silhouette. Sweeney, swallow up my peenie. Bend my dick, come in or snatch. Sings. And the signs to cocks. And the signs to some cock were written on the... And the signs of some cock were written on the bathroom stalls, dick and balls. Fucking stupid. She pipping on my pippa. That's fucking disturbed sound of silence. She pipping on my pippa. Possum. Yes, that's my real name. Keith David, but in Spanish. Domination, average clit energy. Mitch McConnell's civil rights stare 2 electric boogaloo. Star Coffee. A mob of cock goblin mobsters Robin Williams' grave. Gollum and Smeagol arguing over whether to say the N-word. Transfem gremlin exposing people with lactose intolerance to 90 million rotogens of ionizing radiation. Yush, not Vinpen. The Angelic Dungeon Master presents Game of Thrones Special Victims Unit. Craig the Canadian. Richard Fisting and the Magic Ticklefinger. It's your boy Shawnee D. Southern Sweet Tea. Matt Walsh is a hero of our time. Sweet Baby Gang for life. Ben and Jerry's Funky Monkey. Indie Butters Knife on YouTube. Keemph Starvid, 3XO changing his name twice as often to compensate for the new episode scheduling. Slurping, stroking, smoking, joking, emoticons going like this. Morning Owlet, Keith David. Hey, remember we asked for the Keith Davids. We got a few.
You did.
My name is Pingus Parker. I was bitten by a radioactive dinner, and for over 15 years I've been YouTube poop man. So
Let's
dumb.
go.
Nancy Pelosi
Dinner.
Killing a Palestinian with her massive tits. Obi-Wan Chabloni currently playing at the armored core of Sween's prostate. We love to come too long. That's Derek and
our song.
Yeah. We love to come too long. We should have done a gay version. We should have done a gay mix of it. That would have been a good idea.
I've been selling my hole.
That'd been fun.
Working each gay.
That's honestly not a bad idea. Gay, guy, Avi, something funny and topical. I can't pronounce that. Just straight up, I can't pronounce this. I want you guys to help me pronounce this. So I'm gonna put in the chat. How would you say that? How would you say that?
Hello, Akbar.
That's so disrespectful.
All right. Wage Slave 583. I feel gay. Fuck you. The Papini Brothers Emporium tries to get Vegeta to say "I swallow come" on stream. Donkerson, quiet, Quitten and Queefin queer. Keith David, William Harrington, filled with mirth at the worth of my girth. Let tremble the earth at my throbbing rebirth.
Damn bars.
That's hard,
some bars,
bro.
Man. If set to a proper beat, that could be fire. You know?
That was hard, bro.
Dave. That was pretty hard. You didn't have to go that hard. Still wasn't as hard as I was that one day that sticks out of my mouth. Not a furry. I just want to fuck a wombat.
So you know what that means? You know what that means, right?
What?
It means I wish Kingston was as black as a black hole. That's what that shit means. That's so stupid. That fucking thing, those hieroglyphics you put in a fucking chat, it means I wish Kingston was as black as a black hole. That's what that means.
If that translates to something?
Swear to God, I translated it. It's from, I don't know what dialect.
I love that you did that because I didn't even think to do that.
Yeah, I didn't even think to do that. I thought it was just fucking wingdings.
Your brain power is slow, dude. It was just like, let me just go to translate and translate. It's like detect dialect, and I put it in. And it was...
Anyway,
I thought it was a Muslim common prayer. Whatever.
Not a furry. I just want to fuck a wombat. A mean lesbian. John Strickland. Armored hole. Sex. Fires of rubbing cocks. Mercs 1889. Keith David. The First Church of Keith David, featuring an unholy choir consisting of 3 Joe Pesci's and 3 Daniel Stearns.
Damn.
I love that premise constantly. It just I smile every time I'm reminded of it. Uncle Ben's
release
New
it
York
today.
Library-sized collection of CP Aunt May hid from Peter. Jesus fucking Christ.
Run it.
That would be so sad if, like, because there's theoretically a universe where Uncle Ben was a pedophile and Peter just either doesn't know or has to.
Come sit on my lap, Peter.
Oh, God. Come sit on my lap, Peter.
What's that stick, Uncle Ben? Don't worry about it.
We could play WrestleMania.
I could be bone saw if you know what I mean.
All right, let's go. Pre-Roz, Blake896, Gay Jonah Gameson, chief editor of the Gaily Bugle. Cop shoots Pomeranian out of fear that its dick is bigger than his. Alaskan Oilfield Trash, Texas Tater Salad, Sue Hulk, Tickle My Ass Hairs, Nikki Ziggy, Baird from Gears unleashing a swarm of tickers on the IRS after they get him to pay taxes. Lobotomized Jesus. Every time I come, it sounds like Squidward walking. Jackson DuPont, Badly Brave, Hugger Derek. Just remember, this is the timeline where you're not Spider-Man, Aetherian, Progerian Hunter, Melphis 1, Hexblade, Warlock, Supremacist, and riding on our list as always, the King of Haphazard. We are at 210, so bye.
Man, that's crazy.
Bye.